In this video I'm going to explain you the fundamentals of text editing for web using TopSiteToGo. There are two different types of texts. There are texts which are encircled in red and purple. Texts which are encircled in red are fixed size texts. I mean, placeholder is a fixed size. Purple text can be made smaller or bigger, and purple text can be drag and drop left and right, and that's the difference. Now, if you click on this, I'm going to click on that, you will notice that TopSiteToGo has one, let's say, very simple text editor embedded. And for the sake of the speed, and our pages are really the fastest pages on the internet, for the sake of speed and SEO, this editor is relatively simple. So it produces relatively simple code which is easily readable and fully compatible with all devices. It's still powerful, but so you can edit font, color, style, size, colors, and tag with for SEO purposes, and letter spacing. However, letter spacing doesn't work the same in all browsers, and usually you should keep it on the integer on non-decimal numbers. Okay, now it's instant, so if you want to add something like this and click Save Changes, that will be added automatically. You can preview how it looks like in real page. It's instant. Okay, so it's pretty efficient. But what if you want more? Let's say I want to put some code in it. How I can do that? Well, this editor also accepts any kind of coding, including JavaScript, jQueries, and everything. So it is a text editor, but you can put any kind of HTML. Now, let's say that was very simple. It's very simple to use. Of course, you can make this smaller or bigger. If you make this thing smaller, after resizing, always click refresh, and now you can drag and drop also, and let's say set it here. Now, what if, and this is the difference between the editor and actual HTML, what if I have more text than can fit in this, like this, like this, like this? What if I have something like this? Well, the editor is not going to show you all these differences, but if you click HTML, you will see that basically HTML accept everything and make this bigger. So this is one difference between this visual editor and actual website. Whatever amount of text you put, the editor will become the page, the actual HTML page will just become bigger, but the editor is not going to show you that. To do that, you have to, let's say, make something like this and then refresh. So you have to manually control height. You see that, and then refresh. It doesn't matter, it doesn't do any change, and this is kept to be like this only because we want this editor to be as compact as possible, not to take too much of the screen. Okay, so you don't even need that, you can make it smaller. Now, you can put any kind of coding, including HTML. What that means? Well, that means that you have a full freedom, just like in Dreamweaver, for example. You can click on Advanced Resources and you can pick HTML editor there, one of many free HTML editors. And this HTML editor is basically my favorite free editor, very simple one, and it produces a modern div oriented code, not tables. So what if I want this, I don't know, lorem ipsum to be let's say formatted differently and formatted in more details? Well, I'm going to open this Advanced Resources editor, I'm going to paste this, and I'm going to make this completely different, like something like that. Let's say this. I'm going to change this partially, make something like this. It's very ugly, but just for demonstration. And I click on this source, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put this in editor. As I said, our system accepts, and I need this because this is just the coding. I'll make it like that. And this is going to completely override any settings, any automatic settings. What that means, when you click HTML, you will see just coding, because our system accepts any kind of coding. Coding is an advanced topic, but if you want to do some fine-tuning on this text, you can always insert them in HTML format and do all that fine-tuning if you really need. You can cut it from there, open it into any free editor you can find online, and play with it, you know, and something like that. Okay, and then click on code and get it, and just copy and paste it, etc. This is advanced text editing, but it's good to know that you can do that. You see that? Or you can insert links, flash, and anything on this way. We have other way to do that, but just for you, it's good to know that you can do that manually. Now, text editing, there is also some special text editing, like on these buttons you're editing text here, you're not really clicking on that to edit text, so you can only control like color of and text on this button, like I don't know, by now, whatever. And there is okay, when you click, you see it's changed on the button. So when you click on this fixed elements, which are encircled in red, you will immediately come to this, but the principle is the same. There is no difference in editing, really. Okay, that would be it. Text editing is very simple. Again, to summarize, you can click, resize, drag and drop, and change any text. If you have a need for a fine-tuning, you can always click on advanced resources and I don't know, open my favorite free editor, but you can do your custom coding and fine-tune and fine format your text in HTML if you really have a need to do that. So that would be it. And one more thing, we are using only web fonts, because all other fonts which are not web font has to be images. So this is actually an image of this signature, okay, because this is something that cannot be rendered in web browsers, so you have to use the image. Okay, good to know that you can do all the custom coding inside the text fields. Thank you.